Well, hello, good day, and welcome back to the Certified Jordan channel. This is episode 3 of Project Nomad, the customized scooter, if I can put it that way. So, the engine is painted, the clutch has been polished and clear coated, the starter was reinstalled. I'm just going to take these two bolts out and clean them up. They look a bit rusty and things to me, so I'm just going to clean them up, and I'm going to clean up the starter, and then whilst it's fitted to the engine, I'm just going to quickly give it a coat of clear lac, just so that it doesn't deteriorate again over time. And then in this episode we are going to start with a bit of reassembly. I've used some grease for all of the stuff that has been refitted already. So let's jump right into it. Thank you for tuning in. And I might just maybe also add that with this specific project, the owner has basically given me free rein to do whatever I feel necessary to do on the scooter. So I've done a couple of things. However, with the color and things, I made a point in letting him, also in on it, because ultimately he needs to look at this thing every day. So he decided on the color. I gave him a couple of options. He went for this color, and you'll see it a bit better in the flesh with the motor and the things installed. Once the motor is installed, the rear tire can be installed, and then the motorcycle can once again stand on its own two legs. So let's get that process unfold, and let's do it. Now, friends, you'll see me in this section of the video just cleaning up the starter and the mounting bolts. You'll also see me a bit later in this section cleaning the bolts for the motor hanger and motor mount. There it is, the motor mount. You'll also see me putting some grease on that bolt before I put it into the motor hanger. The reason I do that is just to stop corrosion from corroding that bolt and trying to make life a bit easier for the next poor soul that needs to remove that bolt, because that took me hours to get that out without breaking anything. Yeah, I'm actually cleaning the shock mount bolts. I've also put back the rubber mounts for it, putting a bit of grease in there as well. And then, friends, just before I go on, I would also just like to apologize for my grammar and tense mistakes. My first language is actually not English. I'm South African. I'm an Afrikaans speaking person. So yes, I do make a lot of mistakes. However, I'm trying to be as professional as possible. We have been speaking English in South Africa since forever. But yeah, just to get that out of the way, so sorry about that. Here you'll see me putting the side of the swing arm on. There. I'm looking at it and I don't like the faded black paint on it. So there you can see that swing arm side lying on the ground. This is a whole couple of hours later. I've decided to rather take the time, paint and clear coat that. And yeah, I'm cleaning all the fastening bolts and everything that goes back for the wheel and swing arm. Here comes the frame, and with 2 bolts the motor is mounted. Now just the shocks to keep the frame up, and then it will be finished. So friends, what do you think about that? I think she's looking very, very good. I think it came out beautifully. I'm really impressed with that. We even have our little secret sticker down there, and I've printed a warning label. The warning reads, "This is a high performance machine. Opening the throttle and feeling the power and speed is advised and in fact encouraged at any time. However, do so in a safe and controlled environment." But here you can see the little engine, the wheels, everything came out beautifully. I'm very, very happy with the end product here. All right, so update time on Project Nomad. This is what she looks like currently. We are busy with wiring. So dirty, very dirty, full of dust. We've had a bit of bad wind here, but she is coming along. This is just a mock-up where the battery is going to be. I'm going to build a battery tray out of metal. That will be the seat. So I'm just busy with the last wiring. Yeah, I need to wire up the headlights, which is going to be these two. It will have the ring as a parking, dim and bright, or low beam and high beam. For high beam, I want the dim to be on as well, and then for low beam, I want both the parking lights to be on as well. And then for the tail light, we have that as a tail light, and then it says Project Nomad, Nitrous Express. That will be connected as well. So I'll put this little clip in the video as well. But when we got this motorcycle, you couldn't even see through these windows to look at the speedometer. That's how badly faded this was. I've sanded this down with 3,000, then 4,000, then 5,000, polished them up and gave them a clear coat. She's coming along nicely. Get back to you just now. So for Project Nomad, as with 99.9% of all motorcycles, we have a battery. We have a bit of a bigger battery than what the bike came out with, but we have a bit of an oversight. We initially thought that we are going to keep the tray under the original seat and then have the tractor seat on a stay fitted over and above that. But we've decided not to keep the original luggage tray, if I can put it that way, or helmet cavity under the seat. That means we have to make a battery bracket. So I've took some 2mm plate and I've come up with this design, and I'm gonna now bend it and see if it's gonna work. So let's hope for the best. So far so good. I'm going to come in here with a welder and weld these bent lines that I've cut with a grinder. I'm going to weld them up. Okay, so now we have this. My idea was that the battery is going to go in like this, and this will be the back piece filled in there. This will be bent as a battery for a battery strap, and that one as well. So let me weld this up and see where we land. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think I'm going to tack it down here and then just bring the top in just a tad. But that looks good to me. And then we'll see where we are going to put this within the motorcycle. One standard battery box complete. I've given it an extra piece of metal at the bottom as a spacer, as well as on the one side I've doubled up 2 layers just as a spacer where it's going to stand a bit away from the frame. But the battery is going to lay like this, so it's going to go in like that. Now we need to bend the tabs for the battery strap, and then we can paint it, fit it to the bike. And unfortunately now we have to weld on the newly painted frame, but we'll see how we are going to do that and how we are going to get around that. Viewers, and with that, Project Nomad is finished. It's ready to be returned back to its rightful owner, but he's on the way to come and collect it. But before he comes and get it, I want to show you the end result and what it came out with, or what it came out like. Let me go and get it for you. This is Project Nomad, the naked scooter. We've got a proper Yoshimura pipe from a GSX-R 600 on there. We have fuel tank nice there, integrated taillight. Sorry for me typing this too, but I have to protect the owner's privacy. In South Africa, GP like this will stand for Gauteng province, which was previously the Transvaal province. We have brand new tire. That's a bat. We have a tractor seat, nicely coated in gloss black. We have exposed clutch and variator. We have a beautifully painted engine, completely serviced. We have a side stand now. We have flip up foot pegs because we don't have a foot peg board anymore. Now, we've used this clear tape, but as you can see, it's not as clear as we would have liked it to be. It looks a bit off to me. So I think we'll rather use see-through or maybe white cable ties to replace this with. Also on the top here you can clearly see it's not really clear. We've got a Nitro's Express system inside here saying Project Nomad. Please excuse the sneaker mark there. Previously you couldn't even see through this. We have no more ignition. There's a button at the bottom here. You turn it on, the little red light comes on. And that turns on the scooter. So let me show you the lights. We have these round lights for parking lights. And that is the low beam. And then there's a high beam. Then for indicators, we have these. And let me show you the tail light. That's with lights on. Brake light, front, brake light back, right indicator, left indicator, and ignition off. So, I think, as a whole, this little project came out extremely pretty. It's completely bare. Unfortunately, you still need the key for the fuel cap, but we'll make a plan with a push button release something method type thingy magic there. The wheels are beautifully painted chrome. The caliper was redone, the fork seals has been replaced, and she came out very nice. This is a very expensive paint, unfortunately. We've also installed an oversized battery bracket. Unfortunately, by the time the owner gave me this battery, which is oversized, I have already welded a battery box in here for the battery that was in this bike. So I had to cut it out and re-weld this bigger box that I've recreated for this battery, causing the paint to bubble up because of the heat of the welding. And I don't have any more of this red, so unfortunately I had to just fix it with a bit of black here. That's very unfortunate, but that's the way it turned out. So we've made brackets. The CDI unit is located here at the back of the battery tray. We've welded on the starter relay holder. We've welded on a proper earthing point onto the frame. And we do need to replace the automatic choke thing on this. As you know, they are a problem. So, but let us try a cold start. It doesn't take as easily if it's cold as I would like it to. It sounds very nice. And we are very happy with the end result. The owner is on his way to come collect her. But there you go, guys. That's the end result for this project. Thank you for following the channel. If this is the type of content that you like to see, please consider subscribing. If you are already subscribed, Thank you so much for your support. Please give the video a big thumbs up. And yeah, we will make a plan with these. I've already removed these see-through things here because they just look bad, but we will make a plan to keep these cables nice and tidy. Thank you so much for following along with this build, and until I see you in the next one, keep safe, ride safe. God bless. Cheers.